Hey everyone, this is Top Deck King. We are back today with another deck. This is Izzet Control, and yeah, this is for a best of three meta. So hopefully we'll go see. And I know it's one of the top decks being played right now. So Izzet Churns or whatever you want to call it, Izzet Control, Izzet Churns, whatever your preferences. So I wanted to give it a try and see how it does on the ladder. I know there's a lot of talk about it. It's one of the best, if not the best deck in standard for best of three for sure. So we're gonna go give it a try and see how it is. But just to let you know, don't forget to check the description of the video. It has the portable deck list there. It has my Aether Hub, or not Aether Hub. It has my Discord, has my what's it called, Twitch, Twitter, stuff like that. If you want to go ahead and follow me on that. The Discord's brand new, but it's there for people who want to ask me questions, about sideboard advice, or ask anybody in the chat, deck advice, sideboard advice, stuff like that, thoughts about a deck and whatnot. So go ahead and join if you want to join. It's the description, or the link to the Discord's in the description right there. As well as don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up and hit the bell notification. It supports me a lot. Thank you for the support. Hopefully you guys, by the time you're done watching this, you'll go ahead and do the same thing. But let's get into the deck. So like I said, it's Izzet Churns, Izzet Control. I guess like the proper name would be Izzet Churns, since that's what it seems like people are calling it, so we'll just leave it at Izzet Churns. So right off the bat, we are at one drop or one cost against creature decks, 3 Fading Hopes. It returns target creature to their hand, and if it's 3 or less, you get to scry at instant speed for 1 mana. This is this is primarily against all the creature aggro decks, since it's 1 mana. Before this card came out, people were running Unsummon, and since this gives you the ability to scry as well, that easily replaced Unsummon. So 3 of those in the copy. And then as far as our counter spells, we have 1 Disdainful Stroke, 4 Jordy Disruptions, 2 negates as our 2 costs. So this is just to deal with like Ren and 7, Chariot. This is to deal with something like on the tempo play. Unfortunately, I don't think this would be as powerful right now, but worst case scenario, it plays as a land, just because there's a lot of ramping going on right now for Ren and Chariot and stuff like that. So Jordan Disruption, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it's not going to be great, but if we can catch something on curve with it, it's going to be amazing. So we're gonna leave that in there just to see how it works. Force Negate's a pretty good card in the format right now. Chariot, Ren and 7, Feed, or it's a Storm the Festival, stuff like that, Blood on the Snow decks, all that. So it's a very solid card right now in the format if you're in blue. Obviously, if they're mono green or something, the green snow decks, it's not that great, but it hits certain cards. It still hits some cards, but they're going to put a lot of pressure on you. So this is mainly against the counterspell package, is mainly against like the Chariot Ren decks. We have 3 Cathartic here. This is this 3 damage. It's a removal. Worst case scenario, you can use it to discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards, 2 mana instant speed. It's very solid. Prior to this, in the Izzet Dragons deck, they're running the Dragon Fire. Of course, with Goldspan, you can do 4 damage, but now, I mean, in worst case scenario, you do 3. So this easily replaced that, since we're also not running any dragons, and then it has that secondary clause. So this is a very solid red card for control decks, because best case scenario, you kill the creature. Worst case scenario, if you're playing against another control mirror or something, you use it to discard your removal spells. So like if I were playing against a blue-black control, cast this, maybe discard, another one of this, and maybe burn down the house or something. So very solid removal spell for red. 3 expressive iterations, since we don't really, most of our deck is 2 costs or less for the most part. A lot of the deck is 2 costs or less. As you can see, there's a lot of 2 costs or less here. But being able to get a free land, get a card back into your hand, is a very solid card. It's played in a lot of the older formats for sure, because there's a lot of cheaper cards. So this is it's a good card in standard for sure. Obviously, it's much better in older formats, but 3 expressive iteration. This is what made the deck Izzet Churns much better. Of course, we've already had duplicate spells, copy spells with Dual Strike. What's the other one? Teach by Example. But the fact that this has Flashback is what made it even better. because now you could run less copies of the copy spells, and you could play it equally. So instead of playing like 4 dual strikes, you could run 2 galvanic iterations, and it counts technically as 4 in a sense, because you can flash back and play it again. So this card brought in the Izzet churn stack quite a lot, especially since it only costs 2 mana on the first ability. This is basically a land, but I mean, worst case scenario will act as that. So we'll get back to that. And then as our 3 costs, 4 divided by zeros. Obviously, this is one of those stronger cards in the sense that it has a tempo play. I prefer this card more in best of 1 than best of 3, but now it seems like a lot of decks are merging into a best of 1, best of 3 kind of deck, where they have sideboard for best of 3, but they also have divided by 0 to grab some cards out of it for best of 3. So as we have environmental science, teaching, history, and mascot. So but otherwise, it's still a solid counter spell for the churn, temple play, whatever. You can remove something that's maybe problematic for the moment or something like that. 3 Prismari commands, just because there's so much chariots in the format. Worst case scenario, you can use it to create a treasure, draw cards, but there's so much chariots in the format that I am actually liking this card even more and more. So what obviously the primary targets we're going to use for this would be, destroy a chariot and create a treasure. So getting us into an earlier turn of Alrund's Epiphany, maybe a turn 4 burn down the house, stuff like that. So 3 Prismari commands for that reason. And Memory Deluge, do I have to say anything about this card? Obviously, this card is amazing. It has flashback. It's a 4 cost, instant speed. Look at the top 4, grab 2. Flashback, look at the top 7, grab 2. Very, very, very good card for control decks. Is draw power with flashback. So you're getting 4 cards from one card, and basically because you get to flash it back. Burn down the house is the board wipe effect for the deck. Worst case scenario, if you don't use the board wipe, it does 5 damage to creatures and planeswalkers. So that's very good against Ren, because if they cast Ren on turn 5, they're gonna minus it. Probably have 4 to 5 lands in play. So you go ahead and do 5 damage to planeswalkers and the token it creates, but you can do create the 1/1 devil tokens. They gain haste trigger in conjunction with Alrund's Epiphany. So now you create 5, and then you still get aggressive and attack. So best case scenario is a board wipe. Worst case scenario, it creates 3/1/1s that deal damage when they die. For Alrund's Epiphany, obviously, Izzet churns deck, so we're going to be running 4 of those. Nothing very special about the lands here, and then we'll go into the sideboard as we play matches. It might change up here and there. We'll see how it works, change around maybe some of the lesson learned package or some of the other cards, but we'll get into the sideboard. So stick around to the end of the video. That's where I'll have the sideboard guide for this deck, so stick around for that. But here comes the game. We're going to go into the gameplay now. We're going to go test this on the ladder right now and see how it works, and then afterwards will be the sideboard guide. So stick around for the sideboard guide if that's something you're interested in. Target player. That's hilarious. Target player. Target player. All right, turn 1, we have that. We'll keep. Turn 1, we could have that. Turn 2, that would be a turn 3 play most likely. Now look at that. It looks so much more beautiful, So much more beautiful. Yeah, and imagine if one of those lands, those basics I had in play, was Hall of Storm Giants instead. Imagine that. We would have lived. Alright, so we're playing against that deck. And by that deck, I mean it's the green-white, I'm assuming, retreat deck. Green-white retreat. With the Ren and Chariot and... Yep, I'm pretty sure. Yep, definitely that deck. So this could be our turn 2 to kill this. Let's kill this. I don't want him to put extra lands into play, so let's just kill it. We already know what we're playing against. Yep. It's the Landfall retreat deck, whatever you want to call it. Hold up, divide by 0. I'm gonna have to hold up, divide by 0 here because I don't want him to cast retreat quite yet. I'll take 1. It's nice that it's instant speed too. Turn target creature to its owner's hand. That's fine. That is fine. If he's only hitting me for one, it works out way better for us. We're a control deck. So if he's not playing spells, it's working out for us. Skyclave, I don't care for. I'd rather just use Deluge this turn than divide that by 0. Let's use Deluge. Negate's not bad, actually. I'm taking Negate. Don't know if I need another one of this. I'd rather guarantee the land, I guess. But Negate's good because, oh, well, we hit our land anyways. So if I play this 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can't even play that right now because then I lose a card out of my hand. Negate's good because if in case I tapped out for and I didn't hit land, I have Negate to stop his retreat, Ran, Chariot, all that stuff. Okay. Okay. Dun, Miami. I guess I'll return this back to his hand for now. Let's scry. Ooh. We'll keep that on top. Draw. Now I get to kill these. I'll take 3, kill them. I could also even divide by 0 this if I wanted to, but I don't really care for that. It's cost 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's do, oops, let's do 2 damage to all your creatures. Let's kill your creatures. You got it. You got it. My turn. So expressive iteration. Now we can do it because we could keep. So put that to hand. Put that face down. Put that as my land drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we'll reveal. That way we can hold up divide by 0 and negate in the same turn. Now we have divide and negate in the same turn. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. This costs what? 6 to animate, right? We'll take 3, I guess. Just using life as a resource. It's a control deck. We could use our life total as a resource. You got it. Yep. I mean, I'm eventually gonna hopefully draw something, but until then, what's the point of that? So you could cast something else, I guess? Sure. So what are you gonna cast here? Okay. Okie dokie, opponent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okie dokie, opponent. Let's see, put it at 8 cost. Maybe I should have played the untapped land so I could hold up. We're gonna take 4, 5. We got what? 41 cards left in the deck. They're probably just like, I need to draw something. Just need to draw something. Let's play negate on this. Because he has 2 treasures, so Jordy doesn't do anything here. Jordy Disruption. Sure. I don't understand the purpose of what he's doing if he's not playing anything. But okay. Oh, how much mana do I have? I have 9, so I could do that. This doesn't have reach. So let's take 2 turns. Let's take 2 turns and create 4/1/1s. Yep. Yes, sirree, Bob. We got an extra turn, so let's get aggressive. Do you want to take the damage, or do you want your guy to die? Your guy wants to die. Got it. Your guy wants to die. Got it. My turn. Another galvanize. So I'm probably going to use that on a deluge here because we could do 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we can only do 7, 8, 9. Let's attack with 3 of them. I could use one of them to block the innkeeper, and I don't really care if I take 2 here, so. He's down to 16. Storm the festival. You may have that back to your hand, opponent. I will grab mascot. I wanted to 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, do attack. Okay. It's like, all right, so 3, 6, 7, 8. We can't do that, so we're just gonna do this one instead. Obviously, he's gonna hit an Alrund's Epiphany, I bet. No, we didn't hit an Alrund's Epiphany. Definitely grab that one though. And I'm thinking we grab Expressive Iteration here. So Expressive Iteration. Let's grab this to hand. This. Let's see, how much lands do we have? 3, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna play this, so that's 9. 3, 6, 6, 7, 8. Put one of them into the library. Guess we're gonna put that one to the library so we can play this one then. Deal 3 damage. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that works. Play this as my land drop. Let's go to combat. Swing 4. Let's beat him down. We got divide by 0 for his Storm the Festival again. Storm him. Storm him. Storm him into a deluge. Take 1. We're down to 6. This has to probably hit, right? No, it did not. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll grab a land. I don't know. Grab a land, I guess. Put that to hand. Put that down. Put that down. Play that. Combat. Attack. How much mana do I have? I have 11. So I could do 7, 10. I can't do both. So we're just going to do this instead. No, but I put so many cards to the bottom of my deck. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I put too many cards at the bottom of my deck. I want to shuffle it up. I want to hit an Alrund's Epiphany. What you got, opponent? What you got? You got it. Don't care for that card. By all means, go digging. By all means. We're not going to even move up that much. We'll probably go up to, sure. Probably go up to like 1,200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got 5 on it. Yashorn. Do I care for Yashorn? I do not. You may have Yashorn. You're at 9. 1 Alrund's Epiphany is game over, so we don't care for Yashorn. Because we have 4 here. Alrund's Epiphany creates 2 tokens, so it'd be lethal. I'm going to use instead Iteration with Deluge. Deluge! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I could do this Deluge. That should lock the game up. There it is. There. What? It doesn't copy that? Oh, that's lame. I guess I know now. That's lame. Good to know, I guess, because it exiled the card, I guess. All right. Good to know. It exiled the card so you can't copy it. That's interesting. Let's see. When you cast an accident, sort of copy that spell, you may choose new targets for the copy. Top accident. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your lower in random order. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. Interesting. All right. So, yeah, they're the Ren 7. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think what I want. Disdainful Stroke's actually not bad here. Let me switch the modes, actually. Cinderclasm is okay. It's okay. Because it does kill... It doesn't kill this as a problem. And he obviously runs a lot of that. Doesn't kill that. It doesn't kill your Shard. So I'm going to cut the Cinderclasms. I'm definitely bringing in the Burning Hands. Cathartic Pyre does damage. That's good enough. Jwardy. How many lands do I have? 22. That's 26. I'm going to cut one Jwardy. Maybe one Expressive Iteration here. I'm going to bring in one Mind Flare and one Disdainful Stroke. Okay, let's run it like that. Target to player. So I got to test it out if I would have used the one from my hand if it would have copied it. So the one from the exile, it doesn't copy. Good to know. Wonder if it does it from the hand then. It should, I'm assuming, right? I guess we could keep this. Turn 1, turn 2, hold up Jwardy Disruption. Okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's mediocre. Mediocre. Tangled. Maybe, well, no, because I want to play Storm Giants, because these come in tapped if it's land 3. I could shock this, technically. That's bad card to see, though. That I didn't want to see. Because it could ramp him to basic lands and whatnot. So, if you see, I'm assuming he has a basic land in his hand. That's unfortunate because Jwardy Disruption does nothing now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just tapped. Jwardy Disruption does nothing. Let me put a basic land in play. Hope he doesn't have Ren then. Because that's... I'm hoping he plays Ren and doesn't have a basic or doesn't have a land, so I can Jwardy it, but we'll see what happens. What you got? Tap it, then use the effect to return a land, I guess. Yep, that's what they're doing. No! Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, opponent. 3, 4, 5, 2, 4. Oh, we could counter that one, though. Nice. We could counter that one. I want to hold up Deluge. Hold up Deluge. So they didn't have a land in their hand. Otherwise, they would have just played the land instead of using the creature to return the land back to their hand. Okay. Let's a Deluge. I might wipe the board most likely here. Ooh, Burning Hand, negate. Oh, I do want a land too, but I also want Burning Hand. Burning Hand this. I have a land, I guess, technically there and there. Burning Hand and negate. Yeah, I think we're grabbing those. Okay. Oh, if I take 3 and wipe his board, what are the odds that they'll have? What are the odds that they would have a Ren in their hand? That's the one problem right now is the Ren. So I think I have to play safe and protect myself against Ren or retreat. So I'm gonna kill this, do 6 damage to this. That way I stop taking so much damage. And I have a negate to stop a planeswalker. Or a retreat. I'd rather just take 1 here. Yep. 2, 4, 5. See? It's a good thing I did that, huh? It's a good thing I did that. 2, 4. I'm like, should I just play all 3 outruns Epiphanies face down? Should I just do that? That'd be hilarious, right? Foretell, foretell, foretell. I take 3. I go down to 8. I go to 7. All right. Big plays or no balls? Big plays or no balls? Big plays or no balls? Let's see what you got, opponent. Bring it on. You're going to be facing 3 outruns Epiphanies in a second. What you got? All right. He took shock to 3, 6, 7. Amaria's call. Darn. But we could kill that. We have this. So we'll take 1. Sure. I mean, that kind of sucks though. I didn't draw a land, but hey. That's indestructible, unfortunately. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're still a ways away from this one, so we're still okay at the moment. And they just used their Maria's Call. They shocked their Maria's Call to play a Maria's Call. So I'm assuming that they have... Okay. Are you going to grab Containment Breach or something here? So you can destroy my Battle Frost and Fire? I'm assuming that's your line of play, is to grab that. Yep, it is. I knew it. I knew it. 1, 2, 3. So they got what? 8 mana in play. They got 8 mana in play. All right, we have to buy a turn. Got to use it defensively. Gots to use it defensively. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to hold back. I have these 2 with Galvanize, so or Galvanic, I should say, not Galvanize. So if I draw another land, I can play Iteration here with this, and I get to take extra turns. And that's the reason why we didn't want to attack. I wanted to use it as a chump blocker. So pass the blockers. You got it. You can have that guy. You may have that one, opponent. Because I'm playing a Deluge. Because I'm looking for a land. I'm looking for a land. All right. Oh, ho, 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 ho. So I'm definitely grabbing Outruns and land, obviously. I would love to have that one too, but I gotta grab a land. Let's take 2 turns. If I draw another land, that'd be nice. Because then I could do that same. Oh, I could do it again. 2. Yep. 2. Yep, there we go. Good game. Good game, my friend. Begok C. All right. Begok C. I want to go first. I want to go first. I want to go first. I'll keep this hand. I'll keep this hand. I want to go first. I want to go first. Well, hello there, opponent. I want to go first, though. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Attack for 1. So that way I could bounce your... Oh, why would you attack? That means he has the card to protect. Snakeskinville. Yep. You're lame. You're lame, opponent. You're lame. I can't kill it now, so I have to bounce it back to his hand again. So if I play this as my tap source, could bounce it again. All right. You're lame. Why wouldn't you attack me for 1? Divide by 0. I have 1 in my hand. I don't need it. I wanted to put it back to his hand, but he was lame. Sure. Yep. Is he missing land drops? He's missing land drops. Oh, he's missing land drops. Kill this off, I guess. Play that. I'm looking for a what is it? The Battle Frost and Fire would be nice, obviously. Now he's gonna cast his troll guy, right? The 4/4 troll guy. Nope, another wolf. All right. 3, 4, 5. Think I divide by, since he has 1 mana open, I think I divide by 0 on his turn here. It costs 4 to activate. I could also just take 3, 4, 5. It doesn't trigger here, so. What the heck? Okay. What's the point of that? What's the point of not attacking with 1 What's going on here? What's the point of not attacking with 1 Jasper Sandal? So he has 3 cards in his hand. I play this. That's 3. So I can't grab Teachings. That doesn't do anything. I think I just grab Mascot here because Iteration. I could gain life. I guess I grab Mascot. I don't understand. That was odd. All right, Iteration. So 1 to hand, 1 to bottom, 1 into play. And then I think we're going to foretell this so that way we could cast it next turn since we have Fading Hope here to bounce something. Werewolf is back. The wolf pack is back. Sure. Let's bounce this guy back again or not. Yes, we get him again. I don't need a land. Don't need a land. I think I'm gonna Expressive Iteration rather than Elrond's Epiphany. I don't need Elrond's Epiphany. I don't need to buy time at the moment. I can put this to hand. I can put that as the card. So put this to hand. But if I play that again, what do I cast for 2 mana? So put this to hand. Put this face down. Play this as the card. I could grab Cinderclasm, would not be bad. Deluge. Cinderclasm clears these guys. Is it worth it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6. That would be 7. Thinking I would just put this to hand, actually. Put this to the bottom. Put this as my land drop. Just tap. You may go. We got access to. We have 6. That's going to be 7. We could play this. We could also, that could buy us some time. I can also play Elrond's Epiphany as a defensive play and then play these two together. Battle Frost and Fire would have been nice. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that for 7. No. He knows I have this in my hand, so let's play that. So I think I'm going to cast Mascot here. So that way I can use this with Elrond's Epiphany, and then I could cast into another Elrond's Epiphany. He probably has a couple of Blizzard Brawls or whatever they're called. There it is, see? I figured he had some of those, because he had like 2 or 3 cards in his hand at all times. He's just going to fight all of them? He's going to fight them all! Oh, man. I guess I could chump block this. That reach guy is going to be annoying to deal with, huh? Alright, I'll block. We'll block. Faceless Haven, another wolf. Okay, so put this on blue. Let's play this. Take 2 turns. Call a Storm Giant. Let's Deluge. Battle Frost and Fire clears the board. That probably almost locks it up, right? So Battle Frost and Fire for sure. How many lands do I have? I have 9, going to 10. It's not bad, I guess. Because this is not going to do anything right now. So let's just grab those 2. So we have 4 mana. We're taking an extra turn here. So let's put this face down. Put this one face down. Swing out. Since we're going to play Battle Frost and Fire, I'm just going to swing out. You got it. Let's go to combat again. Got it. Let's clear the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, he can animate Faceless Haven here and hit me for 4, possible 5, 6 at the tops. Maybe 7 if he has a Snakeskin Veil. But we might be able to win with just Elrond's Epiphany here. I think we win with Elrond's Epiphany. As long as he doesn't have another reach creature, of course. If he has another we don't need any of this. Yeah, we don't need any of this. Put that on blue. Let's just cast another Elrond's Epiphany. Take 2 turns. Create 4 dudes. Okay. I guess. Because of Hall of Storm Giants. Because of Hall of Storm Giants. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, he'll take 4 here. And then we get 2 more turns of 6, 12. So that's 16 points of damage, and he's at 15. We also have a hull, so that would definitely be lethal. But all right, so Burning Hand, 100%. 100% Burning Hand. Disdainful Stroke, no thank you. Negates, no thank you. Cinderclasm, I don't necessarily like it, but don't think there's anything else I can bring. So I think I cut one of those. Because Cinderclasm, there's not very much we can do, you know what I mean? I think that's what we do. I think we leave everything else there. All right. And that's 60 cards too, so let's run it. Bigok C. Bigok C. What you got? What you got? What you got? Cinderclasm is good, maybe on the play, so we can kill some of their stuff. But on the draw, I think it's too slow. 3 mana, do 2 damage. They'll probably already play something big by then. The one turn they had Snakeskin Veil was kind of lame for us, but we ended up still backfiring through it. That's actually a pretty decent hand. A bounce spell, a removal spell, and then on top of that, a turn 3 counter spell. Outlander. It's odd, okay. Burning Hand. I guess I'll keep that. I guess if I have to, I guess I'll keep it. Sure. Let's hope they don't have the Snakeskin Veil, right? Snake, snake, snake. All right, so we're gonna play the land here, so we could use Divide by 0 at the ready or Jwari Disruption, worst case scenario, but we're definitely probably using a Divide by 0 against this. Let's go grab, how many cards do they have in their hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna go grab Teachings, actually. I think I'm gonna grab Teachings. So if I play this face down, and then I play Teachings, I should draw 2 here. Yeah, there we go. Cinderclasm. I don't want you. I only have 1 of you in the deck anyways. I don't want you, my friend. It doesn't do anything here. He has nothing I can kill. Growth Troll, sure. Growth Troll. So there's no point of doing this on for 1 creature, so we're not going to, especially since we have that. I think I'm just going to play this as my land drop and hold up counter slash removal. There's no point of doing that. If we could start hitting some Outrun's Epiphany, some Deluges. Memory Deluge. Brickback Troll resolves. We're probably going to just take 4 here and then play the Battle Frost and Fire. Probably that's what we're going to do. We'll take 4. Alright, see if I could draw an untapped land. Even better. Thank you for throwing more power out there. See if we could draw an untapped land, though. No, it was no untapped land. It was no untapped land. I wanted an untapped land so I could hold up Fading Hope, but hey, it is what it is. Does it create a 4/4 sacrifice? Create a tap. It's a green. Okay, it is a green troll guy. See, that's why I wanted to hold up Fading Hope, but okay, we could Fading Hope it next time. We could Burning. Oh, another tracker. Oh, look, there's my land. There's the land. I think I'm just gonna keep the Deluge. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the Deluge. Play this as my land drop. I can also bounce this back to my hand, worst case scenario. We might actually do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We might actually just bounce the Battle Frost and Fire, actually. I guess. Sure. I'm wondering if I bounce that, that's not really what I want. Do I want to take 5 here is the question. 1, 2, 3. So we have 7 lands, right? I could play that, play. Okay. So I'm taking 5 here. All right, I guess I'm taking 5. I hope he sacks and makes the 4/4, but I doubt it. I think he's just gonna hold up the clues, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna bounce this to hand, so I can reuse it against him. Grab Environmental Science, obviously, so I could also hit my land drop for the turn. He can just sack 1 at the moment. So blue, blue, Environmental Science. Let's go grab a red source because we have a couple of red cards in our hand. Gain some life. Let's play Battle Frost and Fire. Kill his board again. And then he's going to sack the clue, which is fine-ish. He's going to sack the troll. I could bounce that back to his hand. Bounce. Oh. Alright. So he has 4, 5 mana. Oh, another Faceless Haven. No, the Faceless Haven. Is that lethal? It is lethal if he has Snakeskin Veil. It's lethal if you have Snakeskin Veil. Bounce that back to your hand. Okay. Don't need that. Taking 4. He already played his land drop, so you can't recast it. We have Cinderclass. We have this to deal with that. We still technically need. Oh yeah. Nope, nope, nope. And then pass turn. How much mana do we have? 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we could do 2, 4, 7. So we could kill his board. Copy this. So play this, copy this. That's 5 mana, and we have 9. We can also play this. I guess that's what we do. All right. Oops, I have to play a red mana. So whenever you cast your next instant source spell, copy it. Check, check. I don't know if it copies the kicker effect. Let's find out. If it doesn't copy the kicker, then that's going to suck. Because then we have to use this. I could have just, yeah, well. And then I have to pay up as much mana, I guess. It doesn't copy the kick. Crap. Sure, sure. Sack the clue. It does not copy the kick, apparently, it looks like. Oh, it does copy the kick. Okay. I was going to say, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. That doesn't do anything. That might help. So we have to grab this. Oh. And I guess, worst case scenario, we grab this. Cast it as a blocker. So let's see what we could hit. Definitely grabbing that. That to the bottom. That as our land drop. Play that. Cast Alrund's Epiphany. Discard that one. We have what, 10 mana? Oh, I don't have another Alrund's Epiphany. Never mind. I thought I had another Alrund's Epiphany for a second here. I feel like I cast the Mind Flayer as just a chump blocker and hold up Divide by 0. Targeted creatures. Submit 0. Why do I have to target a creature? Dumb. Alright, they have 2, 4. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they had so many cards in their hand. Sure. I mean, we could kill it. I don't really care. Good chump block. He tries to do a combat trick. We technically have a divide by 0 worst case scenario. Do I care for that? I don't. We got it. I'd rather just play this. I don't care for that. You have another one? Yeah, that's fine. We're not dead. That's fine. We have Hall of Storm Giants too next turn. Hall of Storm Giants. Definitely grabbing that. I think I'm grabbing this too though. We got 11 mana. Let's just copy the next Alrund's Epiphany. Let's just copy the next Alrund's Epiphany. Thank you very much, if I may say so. Let's play Expressive Iteration. So, put that in the hand, put that face down, put that as my land drop. Let's just cast another Alrund's Epiphany, why not? Hit your foe! We have 2 turns, isn't that lethal? Good game, opponent. We have, what's it called? This one. And then we have one more turn. 2, 4, 5. Hey everyone, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay there. Hopefully those are some interesting matches for sure. We got to play against some of we played against Green Snow there. We played against Green White Landfall. So pretty interesting deck. But yeah, as you can see, this is a very powerful deck for the standard. Like I said, I personally think it's one of the best, if not the best deck to be playing in standard just because of how oppressive it can really be by taking a bunch of turns, and you really don't need anything else but just a bunch of chained Alrund's Epiphany to win the game. So it's kind of unfortunate that you could win the game off just the backbone of one card by playing it multiple times, but it is standard. Hopefully if it gives too much great results, they might do something to it, but we'll see. um, Obviously by it on its own, it's not great, but when it has a pretty back support, a strong support like this, it does, it becomes very strong. So we'll see what happens. The format's new. This might not be the best deck come, a month later, but it is definitely, I believe, will stay in the top three decks in standard as far as Innistrad Midnight Hut set. Once the next set releases, we'll see. But anyways, let's go ahead. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Let's get into the sideboard guide. This is what everybody's been waiting for. Let's get into it. So the first deck I'm going to give you a sideboard guide to is the Green Snow decks. This is the aggro decks, the Green Snow decks. They play, the troll, they play, all that stuff. So cards I bring in is 4 Burning Hands, 2 Mind Flayers. And so obviously Burning Hand, because all their creatures except for Faceless Haven is green, so it could do 6 damage to any creature for 2 mana. It's very good. And then Mind Flayer, so that way if they get any of their creatures way too big, they're putting counters on it with Inscription, or Ranger classes putting counters on it, then you play Mind Flayer and you take it. Most likely they should take out Blizzard Brawl, which is the fight mechanic card, because we have no creatures. So if they still have that in their deck, that'd be interesting. But once you play Mind Flayer after sideboards, they shouldn't be able to interact with it because, like I said, theoretically Blizzard Brawl will come out. So bring those in. Cards I take out is I take out 1 Disdainful Stroke because their curve is 3 or less. They might run Chariot, which is 4, but I'm not going to run Disdainful Strokes when they're casting a bunch of 2-drops and 3-drops. Same thing with Negate. If they're casting a bunch of 2-drop creatures, the Wolf, the Troll, stuff like that, Negate's not going to do anything because they already have, say, 3, 4, 6 power on board. I draw a Negate, they're just going to beat me down with the creatures they have in play. And same with Iteration. I take out Iteration because we're trying to be reactive to them, and so Iteration doesn't do that because we're tapping out. So unless I play this on turn 4, we are always going to be interacting with the cards that I'm bringing in. Burning Hand, Cathartic, stuff like that. Prismari Command, Fading Hope, Divide by Zero. We're Burn Down the House. We're always going to be using mana to try to kill their creatures. So we might not have any time. And when I say iteration, I mean expressive, because I know there's 2. I guess I should do this, but expressive iteration, not the turns one. Expressive iteration, because we're going to be using our mana constantly. We don't really need this. So that's what I do against the Green Snow decks. Now, as far as the other green deck, and by what I mean by the other green decks, either it be green white or green black or whatever, but it's the Chariot Ren decks. Chariot Ren decks. What I bring in is I still bring in 4 Burning Hands and 2 Mind Flayers, but this time, instead of taking out the Negates and Disdainful Strokes, I take out 3 Cathartics and 3 Expressive Iteration. I want the Negates and Disdainful Strokes to counter Chariot, counter Ren. Obviously, I'm not going to bring in not too many more just because I still have Divided by Zero, Jordan Disruption, and stuff like that. But Burning Hand, obviously, it kills Ren, it kills the token it creates, unless they have 7 mana, I guess. And then Mind Flayer, if they play, we could even steal the token. And this deck probably won't have any removal in their deck, so when we play Mind Flayer, take the token, we should be able to keep the token permanently. So that's what I bring in. And like I said, Cathartic. Obviously, doing 3 damage is great against certain cards, but we're bringing in a card that does 6 damage to theirs, so we're definitely taking that out. And Expressive Iteration, once again, I don't really think you're going to be, being able to cast this. If you play this, say on turn 3, because that's when you get the most value for it, they might tap out and just straight up cast Chariot. So, you know, if you tap out, it might be a problematic thing for you, or they might cast Ren. So I want to be able to interact against a Ren and Chariot against them, and then kill off some of their lower cost things or bounce their things. So that's what I do against the green Chariot Ren decks. And then the final deck that you'll probably see on the ladder is Izzet Churns. Of course, you're going to see other decks like Snow decks or Gruul decks and stuff like that. And so some of these cards go with those, like, you know, Disdainful Strokes, Negates, you know, Hermits and stuff like that. Work against these Snow decks, and then Burning Hands and stuff like that work against the Gruul deck. So you can obviously, these sideboards go against those, but these are going to be like the top 3, top 4 decks that I'm giving the sideboard guide to. So it's going to be Izzet Churns. What I bring in is 2 Disdainful Strokes, 3 Hermits, and 1 Tested Talents. I'm pretty much bringing in a bunch of counter spells here. Stroke, counter Alrund's Epiphany, Memory Deluge. Maybe we want to counter, I don't know, Burn Down the House if they create tokens. Hermit, it's a threat. It's a 2/1 for 2. And then you can sack it to make them pay 3 to try to, if they're trying to do a Alrund's Epiphany, now it's going to cost them minimum 9 mana. So, and then Tested Talents is there just so we could try and pick off Alrund's Epiphany. If we're able to take Alrund's Epiphany away from them, we shouldn't be able to lose, because that's their main win condition is Alrund's Epiphany. Of course, they have Hall of Storm Giants, but their main win condition is Alrund's Epiphany. Cards I take out is 1 Cathartic, 3 Fading Hopes, and 2 Burn Down the House. The reason why I don't take out all the Cathartics is probably for the same reason what we're doing. So we're going to bring in Hermit against them. They most likely are going to bring in Hermit against me. Worst case scenario, they don't bring in Hermit. We use this to draw 2, discard 2. But in case they do, I leave 2 Cathartics in the deck for that reason, a case against Hermit, because obviously Hermit takes you off a curve, and that could be backbreaking. I take out Fading Hope just because, like I said, I mean, what are we gonna bounce? Outrun tokens? Like, that's not worth it. And then I'd cut 2 Burn Down the House, because they're not a, you know, they don't go wide. I mean, they go wide with outrun tokens, but I'm bringing in a bunch of counter magic so I can try to counter this. So I shouldn't be needing Burn Down the House to kill a bunch of outrun tokens. But so yeah, that's the sideboard guide against the 3-4 top decks that are going to be played. But like I said, of course, you have like Burning Hands against Gruul and whatnot. You got Tested Talent Strokes and Hermits against like those Festival decks or Snow decks. You know, you got Mind Flayer against other creature decks. So you still have cards obviously against all these other decks, but the sideboard guide is for the main decks you'll see on the ladder. It might be different for each different, you know, ladder, Diamond, Mythic, Platinum. So if you have any if the sideboard is not working out for the rank you're in, feel free to drop a comment down. Let me know what rank you're in, what you're playing against, and I'll go ahead and, you know, craft a different sideboard for you. But as far as it goes right now, this would be a good sideboard for Mythic, probably also for Diamond. Like I said, maybe Gold and Platinum might be different, but drop a comment down below. I'll go ahead and adjust the sideboard for you and send it to you or something. Or you could join my Discord and go ahead and ask me there as well. The description, check the description, it has my Discord link in there. But yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video.